This is Formula SideQuests, your mostly on-topic Formula One podcast, hosted by me, Kelly,
and me, Shannon.
Hello and welcome to this episode of Formula SideQuests, your mostly on-topic Formula One podcast with me, Kelly.
And me, Shannon.
Obviously, we are fill-in. This is essentially what it is. It's fill-in. We've got 5 weeks, 4 weeks now before Miami.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, with the conflict in the Middle East, Bahrain and Saudi were both cancelled.
Mm-hmm.
So we have no races for 4 weeks.
So we've got to try and plug a gap.
I mean, to be fair, that's not really that hard.
It's really not.
We've just sat down for about half hour to try and think about what we could speak about, and we immediately then started going off on tangents. And was like, oh, have you seen this? And what about this? And so we can definitely fill. That's not the issue. The issue is trying to sit down and work out what we're going to talk about.
And make it fairly succinct. Yes. And listenable too.
That's not the word. But...
When that's my level of vocabulary today, apparently.
Oh, brilliant.
It's going to go well.
It's going to be a fantastic episode.
Yeah. Yes. The other, I think the thing that we should do also when the 5-week random break is over as well is do a roundup of all of the random posts that the official F1 account pulls out.
Yeah.
Because they've also got
nothing to do,
gaps to fill and nothing to do.
Yeah.
And my favourite thing towards the end of winter break before the 26th season started is when the official F1 app posted a news article that was entitled "The Best Bromances of F1 Through the Years," and I was like, wow, you've really run out of content now. And the worst part of it is that Lewis and Nico weren't number one. Terrible.
Yeah, no, I know.
Terrible. Awful.
The best bromance.
The best bromance.
You know?
The divorced couple.
Exactly.
Wasn't number one. So we're not the only ones that are going to be having to find content to fill, and I look forward to seeing what utter BS the official F1 account comes up with as well.
Yeah.
I bet they're not having meetings like this.
Oh, I don't know. Well, not like this. Not sat in the middle of your living room on a cold Easter weekend.
Yeah.
They're somewhere much sunnier with cocktails.
And a far bigger house.
And yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
On that,
as we were discussing,
the first segment of this episode is going to be a roundup of news items, basically, of things that have been cracking off and going on since we were last racing, which was only a week ago, and yet there seems to be some shit going down.
Yeah.
As always with this sport.
Yeah.
So the first thing we will come to is Max Verstappen.
Yes.
Hi,
Max.
Hi, Max. Are you okay, bud?
Yeah.
Because I'm not sure you are.
No, we're genuinely concerned for Max at the moment. Max is clearly
having a time of it.
Yeah.
He the last interview that he did regarding it, regarding the sport, was basically I'm forcing myself to put 100% into it. I think he actually said the phrase that like the things that he was doing to make himself put 100% into it weren't healthy.
Yeah.
Because he's not enjoying it.
No.
He's weighing up his options and thinking what's important in life. And I don't think it's F1 for him anymore. And I mean, he made an excellent point, and this is the thing that I would throw at anyone very hard, right in the face, if they were ever going, oh, well, of course he's not enjoying it because he's not winning. He said himself, if he was P7 and had a car that he loved driving and could fight with and could really give it his all with, he would be enjoying that possibly more than all the times that he stuck it on pole, sat in first and just stayed there for the entire race with a 40-second gap from the rest of the field. He would be enjoying fighting way more than the dominance that he enjoyed during 22, 23, 24-ish. It's not just because he's not winning. He just hates driving.
Yeah. And at the moment, it seems to be mainly or at least coming from Max, it seems to be mainly the car and the issues with the car itself, which we'll talk about a little bit later on. But from what I'm getting, and it's clearly showing with other people. So, like, for example, Crofty commented on it, David Coulthard has commented on it as well, that he's not making empty threats. He's not standing there going, well, if you don't sort this shit out, I'm leaving. He is basically telling everybody that if this doesn't change...
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. If you want to leave this in for context, a man just walked past my house and right outside my front window sneezed so obnoxiously loud that I just couldn't ignore it. I'm so sorry.
It was very loud. It was very, very loud.
Obnoxiously loud.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. And I mean, to be fair, I think that's what the general consensus is about Max. It's obnoxious sneeze. Oh, she's got tears in her eyes. Yeah.
It was just so, like, there is no other word. It was obnoxious. Right outside my house. That's why I have the articulated middle finger in my window. Oh, right. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. Flow. You can crack on. I mean, I was just saying... I can't even remember what I was saying. What was I saying? Max. Yeah. Max is not making empty threats. He's not making idle threats. He is not saying things to try and get Red Bull or the FIA to, like, sort something out. He's basically standing there and going, I am not enjoying this anymore. This is not the sport that I want to be a part of. He's not saying it as a way of making waves. He's being upfront and honest about it.
Yeah. And he's not demanding that certain specific things happen or anything like that. He's just basically going, what's the point?
Yeah.
And I do see where he's coming from, because what is the point when you'll get past someone because they've run out of battery, and then they'll get past you because you've run out of battery, and then and so it continues.
Yeah.
There's no straight line speed.
No.
There's no driver skill.
No.
So yeah, it's incredibly concerning, and it would be a massive loss to the sport. I mean, I've seen so many people, so many commentators, journalists talk about how he is one of the greatest drivers of all time, and how much of a loss it's going to be to the sport if he goes now, when he's only 28.
Yeah.
He's only spent 11 years in F1. What it's going to do to the following of the sport, I think, is going to make quite a lot of waves.
Yeah.
Especially if there are going to be quite a few names that are massive to the sport, possibly taking a step back sooner rather than later. That's going to have massive repercussions for people's love of the sport, people's want to watch it. Love or hate Max Verstappen, he's made some fucking good racing in the last 10 years.
Yeah.
Think what you like about him as personality. He has made the sport interesting.
Yeah, and I mean, what's been really interesting is after he made this statement, a lot of what I was seeing was commentators, drivers, journalists, anybody who was asked about it were pretty much saying the same thing, in that this is not Max being abrasive. This is not Max doing it for content.
This is not 2016, 2017, 2018 Max.
Exactly.
Being an obnoxious little sod.
No, this is Max being upfront, honest, genuine. But what I've also seen is that, obviously, like you were just saying, a lot of people are worried about what it could do to the sport, i.e., if he decides that he's going this year, yes, he is contracted until 2028.
Mm.
However, he can activate the
Mhm.
exit clause.
Mhm.
Nobody's really done that yet in Formula One.
No.
So
Teams have activated exit clauses for their drivers and
yes,
kicked them out.
exactly. But a driver hasn't activated their exit clause. If Max Verstappen does go ahead and activate his exit clause, then what's that going to mean for other drivers?
Mm.
Like, are we going to see Charles turn around and go, fuck this Ferrari, I'm out of here?
Depends what Charles's exit clause is, though, because actually, as it stands, he's doing all right in the championship, and so is Ferrari. So, you know, I think this is the trouble. We're going off piste again.
That's the whole point of the podcast.
Yeah, for Charles, an exit clause is that he's never ever quite doing badly enough for it, but he's never doing well enough for it to not be a problem. And Max has been basically the same. The beginning of 2025 season, he could have activated that exit clause. And then suddenly summer break happened. They put a fucking rocket in that RB and it wasn't a problem anymore. He's currently 6th in the Drivers' Championship, there or thereabouts. I think it's 4th and below, isn't it? I think his exit clause is 4th and below.
Yes.
For a significant period of time.
Yeah.
So yeah, it would be a very historic moment for a number of reasons.
Yeah, exactly.
Thing number one being last year was a serious championship contender, and then this year he decides to retire. A second thing being he would activate an exit clause, and the third thing being is Max Verstappen leaving F1.
Yeah.
What's F1 without Max Verstappen in the modern era? Nobody knows.
No. And obviously Max is not the kind of person to stop. We know this.
Oh no, he'll be, I mean, as proven by the fact that he gets out of an F1 car, gets on a plane, gets off the plane in Germany, gets into a GT3 car.
Yep.
In the snow.
Yeah.
And the ice. And has a really fun time with it.
Yeah.
So
we know that he would obviously keep racing in some form or another.
Many forms. I should think many forms.
Many different forms.
Yeah.
But what was really interesting, I think it was Crofty said, it doesn't matter what form of racing Max does, whether it's GT3, sim racing, or other, he'll take the fans with him.
Yes, the Max Verstappen effect on the Nordschleife.
Exactly right.
The first time he got in that GT3 car last year, and that shot,
Yeah.
that gorgeous photograph of that GT3 car and just this sea of people, and because that racing hasn't ever had that level of fans before, I didn't quite realise, but they were completely unprepared for it.
Yeah.
So that racing series, fans, like, with no extra passes and no extra money paid or whatever, wander up and down the paddock and can be outside garages and can be where the pit stops are and everything like that. And suddenly you've got Max Verstappen there and his entire Orange Army following. And I think the poor people at the Nürburgring went, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Who were all these people? So yeah, you're right. He's going to be, which is fantastic, because he's going to be taking so much more awareness. I mean, I put on the other day the 4-hour GT3 race that he raced in. Yeah. I had the entire, I mean, it was his Verstappen.com Redline Sim stream I had on, so it wasn't, it wasn't an official stream. I had his team stream on, but I'd never watched GT3 before, and I had the entire 4-hour thing on. So it would be fantastic to take awareness to other forms of racing, but it would be a very marked.
Yeah.
Are there going to be some people that drop F1 in favour of following into another type of racing?
Yeah. And I know obviously people are going to turn around and go, oh well, F1 can handle that.
It can.
Not saying
it's bigger than ever. It's bigger than ever. It can.
But there will be a knock-on effect, and it would be interesting to see. I don't want Max to leave.
No, I really don't.
I have always been a Max fan, even when he was going through his obnoxious phase, in 2019, especially. I do remember having a conversation with my mother, and she was like, oh my God, that Verstappen fella, I can't stand him. He's an absolute knob. And I'm like, but he's good.
Yeah.
So, you know, I've always been a Max fan, and then obviously he started winning his championships, and then people were like, "Oh well, it's because he's a champion." No, I have watched him, I have seen him, and not just that, but the way he has almost mellowed
Yeah.
since winning his championship. Obviously, he got his first 2 under his belt. The next 2 were just for fun.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
they weren't really. He wasn't really pushing. He just happened to be in a very good car, have a very good team around him. He was having fun, very much so, and obviously he's mellowed a bit since then. And he is such a huge presence on the grid. He is, and we've said this before, he's a grid dad. The way that he took all of the rookies under his wing last year and chatting to them, you know, and he's got that relationship with them all. So it's not just about him going, well, I'm in a shit car, and if you don't fix it, I'm buggering off. It's not that at all.
No.
He is seriously, and considering that he has these relationships with the drivers, with the staff of the garages, with his engineer, you know, we know he has an incredible team around him. And he's still standing there going, yeah, I'm not enjoying it anymore.
No, and he said it was a few races back, and I can't remember what the context was or what interview it was. This is why we'd both be really bad journalists if we were actually doing it. But he was like, the reason I don't want to leave is the team, and I think that's possibly one of the only things holding him there.
Yeah.
At the moment, is that he loves working with the group of people that he's working with. Red Bull is one of those teams that has kept hold of the same people for a decade.
Yeah.
Max has had GP for the entire time. We know that their relationship is brothers, father and son, married couple, depending on what GP is trying to tell him over the radio. And it's his love of that that's holding him there. It's not his love of driving.
Yeah.
And that's a really tough place to be.
Yeah.
So yeah, it'd be interesting to see where that goes. The next piece of news.
Yes, I'm all agog.
Agog.
I am.
That's such a good word. The next piece of news is that the ADUO grants have been released.
Yes, not ADHD. Like I called them earlier.
No, and it took me 5 Googles to get the right acronym to remember what it was.
Say
so these
again.
are
Say it again.
ADUO.
UO.
Additional Development and Upgrade Opportunities.
Ooh.
The FIA is yet another organisation that loves an acronym.
I wish the government would name their grants opportunities.
I know, yeah.
It sounds so much better.
It does. Still a load of shit, really, isn't it?
Still a load of shit, yeah.
So what this is that the FIA grant money, usually mid-season.
Yes.
Usually summer break, mid-season, to those struggling, basically, bottom teams. They grant a little bit more money within their budget, or a little bit more allowance within their budget to make their cars better, basically. It's the reason it's there is to keep the sport competitive, keep it interesting.
Yeah.
It's not there for any other thing, really. It's the FIA going, oh, well, it's a bit shit if one team's just completely out front all the time, no one else is competitive. But they're granting it early because of the severely mismatched power ratios we have going on here.
Yeah.
And for engine development, which is what this one's predominantly for, if the engine is more than 2% below the power of the top team, Mercedes, then they get the grant.
Okay.
So it has been found that obviously, the usual suspects, Aston Martin, Cadillac, etc., are all going to benefit from this. But the sort of part of it is Ferrari.
Yeah.
Are more than 2% down on Mercedes, which when you watch it, you go, are they?
Well, this is it. I mean, obviously, when you were telling me, my first thought was, but Ferrari's been on the podium.
Yeah, Ferrari's been on podium every single race.
And Ferrari have been fighting Mercedes.
Yeah.
Like, Mercedes haven't just been going, all right, we're here, boom, pff, off we go.
Yeah.
In fact, when you look at the starts, especially China and Japan, it's Ferrari who've been like, oh, lights out, off we go. And then they get ahead.
Yeah.
But then obviously, the more you think about it, well, yeah, then Mercedes somehow get ahead and Mercedes stay ahead.
Mm-hmm.
So it is surprising that the FIA are now turning around and going, well, Ferrari, you're not quite there. But then it's not that surprising.
I guess if the rule is 2% or below and Ferrari 2% or below, then that's it, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's where it comes from.
So it's everybody who hasn't got a Mercedes engine.
Yeah.
So the people with Mercedes engines are obviously Mercedes, McLaren, Williams, and Alpine.
So they will,
which does help us understand Pierre Gasly.
Well, yeah, no, you're not wrong. Yeah, you're right, because they won't benefit from it. And like you say, Alpine, you're sort of going, do they need it?
Yeah,
fine. McLaren in Japan sort of showed that actually once they start a race,
once they actually get off the
grid, they're not bad. They're not
last year's level.
They're not
just
last
yet.
year, but they're not bad. But Williams, it makes you go, oh, interesting.
Well, we know that Williams' issue obviously is that the car is overweight. They still haven't quite managed to get that weight down.
Yeah.
It's not the engine, it's the chassis.
Yeah, the chassis. So then obviously those that hold Ferrari power units, so that'll be Ferrari, Haas and Cadillac will. And then Aston Martin will and Audi will. Obviously having their own power units, and God knows Aston Martin needs it.
Oh my God.
I still don't think it's going to be enough. To be honest, you could throw billions of pounds and 5 years at Aston Martin, and I don't think it'd be enough at this precise moment with the state they're in.
No.
But the real oh my God,
surprise,
yes, of it was that Red Bull do not qualify for this.
Yeah.
Because it's not their engine that's the problem. Their engine is within that 2%. What's the word I'm looking for?
Differential.
Thank you. Of the Mercedes engine. It's their chassis, much like Williams, as you just mentioned, that's screwed.
Yeah.
But the mad part of it is that you're looking at Ferrari, who are, after Mercedes, the next best in the championship, both constructors and drivers, and they're going to get this. Red Bull are fourth best in drivers and constructors, and they're not going to benefit from it because it's not their engine that's the problem. And that's when you wonder where the fairness sits.
Yeah.
Because I think Red Bull have the same overweight problem, don't they? Aren't they massively overweight as well?
Yeah.
So Ferrari are going to get all of this development when you look at it and going, do they 100% need it? And Red Bull are going to get nothing when they potentially need it more than Ferrari. It's very interesting, and you can't. You have to draw a line somewhere. So they're saying, like I said a minute ago, they're saying 2% and below, because all of the back markers and all of the bottom teams are going to be well below that. And you have to have a cutoff point and you have to have a threshold.
Yeah.
So they're saying 2%, Ferrari fall into that category. I would love to know what Red Bull stats are. What percentile below Mercedes are they?
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see the actual breakdown of the engine. I'd also like to see exactly how overweight they are compared to Williams, because both Max and Isaac are actually pushing the car. They are driving. They're not in the top 3, but they're making it to Q3. They're making it into the top 10 on the grids. So what is the difference, or how much of a difference is there between Red Bull and Williams? Because unfortunately, Williams, whilst they were absolutely fantastic last year, just haven't. Well, we saw in Japan, poor Alex, bless him, towards the end of the race.
Just gave up.
It was just a practice pit stops, really.
Yeah.
Oh, box. Oh, what am I doing now? Are we checking tyres, changing front wing? What are we doing, babes?
It's the meme from Madagascar.
Yeah.
Of King Julian, what am I doing? Oh, I'm the sacrifice. Yeah, that's Alex basically became the sacrifice.
Bless him. Bless him.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's interesting that obviously Ferrari are going to get this opportunity.
I will have you know.
It shall be an opportunity.
It's an opportunity.
To have some money or again, it's not
giving
having
money.
It's allowing
Being
to
allowed.
move funds around so that you put in more money into a different area, blah, 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 blah. But it is interesting that Ferrari are going to have it. It'll be interesting to see what Ferrari do with it. But it will also be interesting to see then what Haas do with it, because Haas have also been really showing that, again, you get the development right and you can actually have a race. Again, not top 4, 5, bless. And obviously in Japan, Ollie crashed, didn't quite make it. But Ollie Behrman has been having a fantastic season so far. Esteban Ocon's been having an amazing season so far as well. And I'm going to hold my hand up. At the beginning of this year, I would have not thought of being saying that.
No.
Not with Haas. Certainly not with Pierre Gasly at Alpine.
It's interesting when you see it, though, because then you start to really see the power unit things.
Mm-hmm.
So in the Constructors' Championship standings, P1 Mercedes power unit, P2 Ferrari power unit, P3 McLaren, Mercedes power unit, P4 Haas, Ferrari power unit, P5 Alpine, I'll just say that again, P5 Alpine, Mercedes power unit, and then 6 and 7 Red Bull and Racing Bulls, RB powertrains, 8 Audi power unit, 9 Williams, Mercedes power unit, 10 Cadillac, Ferrari powder unit. Powder unit. I've said it too many times now. Power unit. 11 Aston, Honda power unit. So except for that anomaly of Williams being down there with the Mercedes, they're all at the top.
Yeah.
Which is a further thing that makes you go, so why are Ferrari getting this? Why are Ferrari
getting it? Yeah.
But honestly, I can't quite believe my eyes that I'm looking at Haas and Alpine being above Red Bull in the constructors. It's painful. And then when you go into the drivers, there is a Haas driver and an Alpine driver above Max Verstappen in the championship. That's painful.
Yeah.
So painful. But also, congratulations to Ollie for being P7 and Pierre for being P8. Well done, lads.
And I mean, Ollie didn't even finish Japan. So,
well, thank you for pointing that out.
I just thought I'd...
It's fine, Max has had a DNF as well.
Yes, but that's not the point. The point is Ollie is still above him.
I'm trying to make it the point to make myself feel better.
Look, right. All joking aside, this is me being serious.
Oh God, she's being serious.
If Max leaves F1, we've got more chance of seeing him live at, say, GT3.
Ooh, trip to the Nürburgring. I've always wanted to go to the Nürburgring.
I'm there. Oh, we could do like proper Formula SideQuests t-shirts and stuff, and we could be on them. We could
try and interview him.
Oh my God. See? So there you go.
You're thinking on the bright side.
I'm thinking on the bright side. Silver lining and all that, One door closes, another window opens.
Another window. I'm not going out the window.
Well, it depends on the size of the window.
Max might be going out the window. Can you imagine? We're lining up for
the old-
Miami and GP's walking around like, I can't find Max. Has anyone seen Max? And then like there's a shot of his driver's room and the window's just ajar. And he's stacking it down the back straight, just like, I'm free!
Running across the beach. Yes! I'm gone! Yeah.
Suddenly joined by Fernando Alonso, just like, what are we doing?
Oh, talking about Fernando Alonso.
Yeah.
We did say congratulations, but however, it has now been confirmed he
Yes.
has got a baby boy.
A baby boy. He is the first non-girl dad.
Yes.
On the grid.
On the grid, yeah.
And his little one's already got a paddock pass.
Yes.
However many days old.
Yes.
10 days old and he's got a paddock pass.
Yes. It was absolutely beautiful to see that from the F1.
Very sweet.
As a way of,
Yeah.
Hello.
Welcome to the world.
Completely forgotten his name.
Leonardo.
I thought it was, yeah.
Leonardo
Alonso. Something.
No. Leonardo Alonso. Oh no.
But no, because he's got a double-barreled surname. He's taken his mum's name.
Oh, yes, that begins with an S and I can't remember what it is.
Yeah. So anyway, congratulations, Fernando.
Yes.
Absolutely lovely. Or as Max would say, simply lovely.
Very nice. Well done.
Thank you. See, I am good at this. Sometimes. Not all the time.
See, I am good at this.
I am good at this. Go on, what's the next news item? Come on. Come on. I'm enjoying this.
Alpine.
Oh, no, I'm not enjoying this now.
No, we're not. No, this is the trouble. There's a lot going on in Alpine.
Yeah.
I mean, there's always a lot going on in Alpine. But there seems to be a lot of fan noise going on in Alpine, which is not friendly.
No, it's not.
Anytime a team has to make a statement that is, we don't condone abuse, I'm immediately disappointed to be a part of the F1 community.
Yep.
And unfortunately, we have seen statements like this over the last couple of years worryingly frequently.
Yeah, and it's a real shame because the way that the sport has evolved over the past few years, and, well, it would start, I would say, with COVID. Obviously, we couldn't have any races, so the drivers themselves were creating content to put out there to keep themselves entertained, like we all were trying to do.
Unhinged content, may I add.
There was a lot of unhinged content. We are not going to talk about that.
In this podcast.
In this episode. It might come up in future episodes, who knows. But because of that, and because of how it has then evolved, so you've got things like Drive to Survive, for example. We've got countless Instagram accounts of the drivers, of the constructors, of the F1, the FIA, and then you've got the fan accounts as well. There is so much content out there that the drivers themselves are putting out, that they are creating, that, they're taking that photograph or that little reel or something like that. They're putting it out there to then have that level of abuse. It's just awful.
It's awful. Yeah, it is awful. So the things that are going on within Alpine specifically at the moment are, first off, the fans seem to be very vocal about the fact that Pierre is up there and doing very well and Franco's not doing as well, and they're echoing back to mid-2025 season McLaren when everyone was going, well, you must be favouring one driver over the other, you must be sabotaging your other driver. Anyone that says that a team is sabotaging their second driver clearly just doesn't understand how the fucking sport works.
Yeah.
The better you do, the more money you get. That's the fundamental basics of F1. You will do better if both your drivers are scoring more points.
Yep.
Your absolute optimum, maximum, is for you to have a 1-2 every single week. Why on God's green earth would you sabotage one of your drivers and make them not do as well? That is not going to benefit anyone. So as soon as this accusation comes out someone's mouth, I'm just like, get out. There's the door. Please use it. Like, you don't understand how this sport works at all. You're just, So that seems to be the first thing, because it seems to be quite uneven between them. A note I would like to make is Pierre has been driving in F1 for 9 years.
Yes.
Franco has been driving in it for a year and 3 races. First thing.
Yes.
Second thing, Pierre is 29. Franco is 20.
Yeah.
Third thing is it's a fucking Alpine. What Pierre's doing with it right now is on the side of a miracle.
Yeah.
What Franco's doing with it right now is about where I'd expect him to be.
Yeah.
It's just what it is. It's just how it is. Pierre has never been in a world championship winning car. If you put him in one, I'm still not 100% sure he'd win a championship, but he'd definitely be up there.
Yeah, 100% with you on that. He's a fabulous driver, and we'll probably say this again. We've definitely said this in the past. These are 22 of the world's best drivers. I personally cannot even get into an F1 car. So we are not sitting here going, oh, well, he's shit.
No.
Because he's not.
No.
He's a very, very good driver, but
Yeah.
I completely agree with you that even if you gave him, a championship winning car, say the RB19,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he would produce the same level of expertise as Max did in that car.
No, but I think he'd be a solid second or third.
Oh, yeah.
He's never, unfortunately, he's always missed the boat with teams.
Yeah.
He's never quite been with a team in their prime. But he's still a bloody good driver. I think Franco is a very rookie.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas that massive rookie intake of last year, immediately you could see that Kimi is definitely a future world champion. Yeah. And I think Ollie and Gabby could also be future world champions. I'm less sure about Franco.
Yeah.
I think there was a lot of background going on in Alpine with Flavio and wanting him and moving him in and possibly too quickly and all of this kind of stuff. I'm not sure he's quite ready yet. I don't think he's quite mature enough yet. So I think the difference between them is completely expected and completely okay, and not through any fault of anyone, and certainly not through any purposeful antics from the team.
And is perfectly normal
and
for
is
F1.
Perfectly normal for F1, exactly. So then, in relation to that, Franco got a crap ton of abuse from what happened with Ollie and Ollie's crash in Japan. Everyone's saying that why the hell did he make a defensive move? He moved to the left. Why did he make a defensive move when Ollie was closing in that fast? Ollie didn't understand how fast he was closing in on Franco. So how the hell is Franco going to understand how quickly he's coming up his arse? He's not. They've got tiny wing mirrors that give them no perspective whatsoever. Of course he made a defensive move. You are hardwired as an F1 driver that if someone is coming up behind you and they look like they're about to go around you, that you defend. That's literally instinct. It wasn't a massive move.
No.
It was a very small twitch. If he hadn't have done it, I still think Ollie would have had to have gone on the grass to avoid him. That crash was 99.9% shitty 2026 regulations and battery power.
Yep.
0.1%, if that, was the fact that Franco made a defensive move.
Yeah.
If that. The FIA did a full investigation.
Yep.
Absolutely no fault by Franco was shown.
Even Ollie.
Ollie didn't say anything about it.
Not just like straight away after, but in another statement then that Haas had put out, basically was saying this was a complete accident. There was no malicious intent from either party. We know that this was down to the battery recharge deployment shit. I mean, they didn't use that word.
They didn't, but part of me wishes they had. The FIA might listen then.
Yeah, that's very true. And yeah, everybody knows that this was one of the major issues that the drivers themselves have been talking about and saying, look, this is something that could happen. It's happened. They are now taking more action against it. So why the fuck are the fans then turning around and going, oh, well, it's all Franco's fault?
Yeah.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. I don't get it. So there was a huge amount of abuse for that. But then on the flip side of that, Esteban Ocon started getting a load of abuse from Franco Colapinto fans for the touch that happened between them in China. And I'm just like, well, what do you want? Whose side are you on? One minute we're hating on Franco, the next minute we're hating on Esteban because he hit Franco. There is a set of fans, and I might be being really harsh here, but I think there's a set of fans that came in with the last rookie intake that are dedicated specific driver fans, i.e. Franco Colapinto fans, who are a little bit too loud. And then I don't know what set of fans are hating on Franco for the Ollie crash. Maybe Ollie fans. I don't know. But they're also being a little bit too loud. Everyone just needs to back the fuck off a bit.
Yeah.
Have your opinions, but there is no excuse on this entire earth that warrants you being hateful towards someone on social media. At all. So to the point in which Alpine have released a very long statement that I won't read. Saying...
Again, they weren't using words like shit, which would make people read it.
Yeah, which would make people read it, very true. Saying it's completely unacceptable. You know, all the drivers are fine. They're fine in terms of physically, thank God, after that crash. They're fine in terms of their relationships with each other.
Yeah.
Stop. Just stop. And like I say, every time you see something like this, it makes me ashamed to be part of the F1 community because that's not what any of this is about.
No.
It's not what anything that we do with it is about.
And I mean, I know we've said this before, me and you specifically, we enjoy watching F1. We are very much watching it for the whole sport. We say we don't have teams, we don't have drivers. We do, but
we still support everyone.
We still support everyone.
I still love it when a random person in P14 is suddenly doing really well.
Yeah.
I still love it when a bottom team is presenting themselves midfield.
I mean, obviously last year was a perfect example of that.
Yeah.
In that, you know, when Nico got P3 at Silverstone, my God, we exploded.
I almost enjoyed that more than the fact that Lando had won his home race for the first time.
Yeah.
Almost.
Almost. So, you know, it's the moments like that really show how much of a team sport F1 is. Growing up, for me, it was always billed as an individual sport. This is a man against 18 other men, 19 other men, however many men actually managed to stay on the grid. Which wasn't a lot in the 90s.
No. In the 90s, you could have a race without 4 of them, couldn't you?
There was one race with 4 of them, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I can't remember which one, but there was definitely only 4 that finished.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was very much billed like that, but I've never seen it like that. It's always been a team effort, whether it's you and your other driver, or whether it's the people in the garage, or whether it's the people in the factory.
Yeah.
And I think over the last sort of decade especially, there has been that shift to show that yes, these are teams, these are a group of people, whether it's your engineers, whether it's your people in the factories, whether it's the pit crew, whatever it is, it's a team. And especially over the last 5-6 years, there is that dynamic which the drivers themselves are happy to show, that they are all friends.
Yeah.
That yes, there is that rivalry on track. Everybody, of course, will go immediately Charles Leclerc, Max Verstappen. They like to fight. Yes, we know this. But they get out of the car, and unless it's been like particularly horrible on track.
That one time that Charles looked like he was about to strangle him with something.
Yeah.
Whatever he could lay his hands on at the time.
Yeah. But then a couple of days later, you know that
it's fine.
They'll send a text or something and it'll be absolutely fine because they are genuinely friends.
Yeah. And the way that F1's been presented over the last few years, I mean, we're on 8 years of Drive to Survive now, which showed the behind the scenes and the personal relationships in more, I mean, it's all curated and it's all scripted, but in more detail. But on their social media,
Yeah.
they're constantly hanging out with each other, playing paddle with each other,
Yeah.
playing golf with each other.
Yeah.
And
even if you weren't looking at the socials, just watching the race on the weekend, the drivers' parade,
the yapping,
the yapping
the
after they get
little groups of yapping.
You know, when you've got the interviews after the race or after qualifying, and there's the three of them, whoever's in the top three, whoever's interviewing is interviewing one driver, the other two are yapping.
Yeah, exactly. And and also they've known each other for a very, very long time. You start preparing for this sport at an obscenely young age, and I think it's slightly different now, but when you're talking like the kids that were coming up through the 2000s, the ones that are my age, the ones that are in their late 20s now, that were doing karting championships when they were like 7, 8, 9 years old in the 2000s, they traveled the world together.
Yeah.
And the people that they saw the most was the one parent guardian adult that was traveling with them, and then the families of all of the people that they were traveling with. Max and Charles and Pierre are literally best mates because they grew up together. And Charles has been, in interviews, has said he spent more time with Pierre's family than he did with his own. They do genuinely have a relationship. I think some of them, they could take them or leave them.
Yeah.
I think there are genuinely some moments, everyone likes to talk about Max and George and having that feud and whatever.
Yeah.
I don't think they actively hate each other. I just don't think they actively like each other.
Yeah,
I don't think
they're not the type to sort of ring each other up and go, oh, do you fancy hanging out and playing FIFA?
No, exactly. They're not going to seek each other out when they don't have to be stood next to each other in the paddock. However, some of them do actively seek each other out. So I can't think of an instance in the last few years that you've seen crashes or fights on track occur and them get out of the car and be genuinely pissed off with each other still. I know we had Charles and George in China and they were annoyed, but it was very low level simmering.
Yeah.
The last thing I think of, and the reel is playing in my head, of Max and Esteban.
Yeah.
When Max was still in his fiery stage, shall we say?
Yeah, well, that's a nice way of describing it.
Thank you. When he was being a prick, basically.
Obnoxious.
Yeah, and he went right up to Esteban and like actively pushed him. That just doesn't happen anymore.
No. So my point is, in a roundabout way.
In a roundabout sort of way.
But, this is a fascinating conversation. My point is...
It sounds sarcastic, but I think she does mean it, ladies and gentlemen.
No, I do mean it. If the drivers are not hating on each other, then why are the fans?
Then why are the fans? Exactly. We need to put... Right. We have chosen to support a sport that we are never going to be able to afford.
No.
That we're never going to be able to go and see every single race of. We're never going to be able to have all the merch of.
No.
Like we've picked a ridiculous sport to support. We have to get up at 4:00 in the morning to watch it sometimes.
Yeah.
We spend our entire year moving our calendars around it. It literally runs from February all the way through to December. Like we've picked a stupid sport to support.
Yeah. I've got a weekend at some point this year with the girls, and they were like, oh, we're going to change the weekend. All right, great. Any weekend you were free? Yeah, one that's not got an F1 race. If you want to just look at the F1 calendar, you tell me what you can do around that. That'd be great, thank you.
There's a weekend you're abandoning me for it for download, which I'm still never going to forgive you about. What am I going to do? So we've picked a ridiculous sport to follow. Yeah. Let's all pull together to try and follow it.
Exactly.
Like, it's a dedication and a commitment to follow it. Like, genuinely, all joking aside, it's a real commitment to follow this sport because... even to watch it, the amount of money you have to pay Sky Sports to watch it is insane. So it's a level of commitment. it's an insane level of commitment for the drivers.
Mhm.
You know, it's an entire lifestyle that they put
Mhm.
into it. Let's stop infighting.
Yeah, there's no need for it.
There's no need for it.
Right, okay then. Well, we were planning on talking more, but we've talked too much, and we want to make these episodes as bite-sized as possible, she says.
At no point is the word bite-sized going to ever be able to be used in reference to this podcast.
No, not when we go off on. Right, okay, so that is our news roundup. Hope you've enjoyed that. We will be putting out some more episodes in the coming weeks. Again, we've got, as we record this, 4 weeks of no races. What the hell are we going to do? Well, I'll tell you what you're going to do. You are going to listen to this podcast, hopefully, and the next podcasts that we put out, where we will be talking, amongst other things, I'm really excited for this, our favourite moments of 2025.
Yeah. Which I now realise, like, we've said, okay, this is the thing that we're going to talk about. We probably ought to, like, decide what they are before we start recording.
Oh, no, I was just going to do it off
were
the
you
fly.
just going to go for
I was
it?
just going to go.
I thought we ought to maybe think about it first.
Okay, maybe we'll look at it first.
Yes, but that is something. We're also going to be talking about what we think the 2027 grid might look like.
Yeah, especially after Max.
This.
Yeah.
What was the last thing we were going to?
The side quests.
The side quests, our favourite side quests of the drivers, our namesake.
So look forward to those episodes coming up soon. Thank you very much for listening. This has been Formula SideQuest, your mostly on topic, not this episode, podcast about Formula 1 with me, Kelly.
And me, Shannon.
Bye.
Bye.
Right, so this is an extra bit that has been recorded. Oh, goodness me. When did we record this bit? So this is recorded on the Saturday night. We recorded the original podcast on the Monday.
Yes.
However, in the last 48 hours, there has been some ground-shaking news.
Yes. The technical term I would use is shit has gone down.
Shit has hitteth the fan.
It has.
And if you get that reference, you're definitely a very good friend of mine.
Yeah.
So this is an extra bonus part of episode 8. Shannon, would you like to do the honours and inform our dear listeners, if they don't know already, of why the shitteth has hitteth the fanneth?
Indeed, thank you. So, rumours begun that GP was leaving Red Bull. By the way, I made sure that I knew how to pronounce his name.
Yes, so have I.
So, in case you don't know, GP is Gianpiero Lambiase, who is head of racing at Red Bull and Max Verstappen's race engineer. Bubbling rumours began earlier in the week about the fact that he was leaving Red Bull, and there wasn't much more on that other than his contract was coming to an end in 28 and he was looking to split. Then the rumours start to bubble that actually where he was looking to split to was McLaren. Mm-hmm. The initial conversation that we had was, I can 100% believe that he would be leaving, but I would see it as a retiring element or a stepping back element.
Yeah.
I did not for a second believe the McLaren element of the rumours. I actually did not, and neither did you.
No, and I mean, when we first started seeing these rumours, it was around, 7:30 in the morning on Thursday.
Yes,
and
we woke up and it was the first, I didn't, no good mornings, no. The first message I sent to you was, Kelly!
Yeah, no, and I mean, to be fair, that's pretty much how we live anyway.
Well, it is. We don't really ever end a conversation or begin a conversation.
It just rolls over to the next day.
Yeah.
This is about 7:30 Thursday morning, and it's just like, oh shit, oh shit, he is leaving. Well, what on earth is that going to mean? Where's he going to go? What's he going to do? Blah, 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 blah.
And within 12 hours, it was confirmed. It was a definite, he's definitely leaving.
I mean, it wasn't even within 12 hours.
It was a bit less than that.
I mean, I think you sent me the official Sky Sports post at 1 o'clock.
Yeah, okay.
So it was less than 6 hours later, it was confirmed he was leaving.
And then literally 2 hours after that, it was confirmed that it was a McLaren contract.
Yeah.
And it's head of racing at McLaren, so it's his current role at Red Bull going to McLaren. I think the first and number one thing that we can take from the way that all happened was neither Red Bull, GP, nor McLaren had any intention of that information coming out at the time that it did.
No, not at all. Not at all.
100% a leak.
Yep.
And it was 100% oh shit, we're going to have to do something about this now.
Yeah.
As far as I know, GP himself has said nothing.
No, and I mean, before we jumped on to record this, I was just sort of very quickly scrolling through what news articles there were, and all official statements have either come from McLaren or Red Bull.
And Zach, I did see...
oh, well, of course he's going to get his bloody nose in it somewhere, isn't he?
Of course. It was a post that really annoyed me as well.
Whoa, hang on a minute. A post about Zach Brown annoyed you? What a surprise.
Shocking, I know. Yes, you're right. It's been very much... it came from journalists first. And, in fairness, the first rumours came from... official paddock past journalists. But even then I was hesitant because the things that have been floating around this sport in the last few weeks are just insane. So we were kind of going, look, until it comes from the inside of Red Bull, anything could be true at this moment. And then it was true. And I my heart dropped in a way because... GP and Red Bull are just synonymous. They are just... I've never known Red Bull without GP. Obviously, there was a time where Red Bull didn't have GP, but it wasn't very long in its...
No. I think he joined 2010.
Yeah.
So
it's an exceptionally long time.
Yeah.
And
I mean, a lot of people assume that he joined the same time as Max. No, he was there for a good 6-7 years before Max joined.
And he's said, hasn't he, that if he was a new engineer when Max joined, Max would have eaten him alive and he probably would have quit.
Exactly right.
The fact that he was a seasoned engineer with Max coming in, that he knew how to be like, you're 19, chill the fuck out.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Piss off.
Yeah. So I'm slightly devastated that Red Bull seem to be turning a positive corner and heading in a more positive direction, and he's stepping away. Equally, though, I'm ecstatic that he's remaining in the sport because just like my slight crisis about Jonathan Wheatley not being in the sport at all, I'd have a massive crisis about GP not being in the sport at all.
Yeah.
So the fact that it's a definite and it's an official, he's just going bloop to bloop. With some NDAs and gardening leave in between, I should imagine. I don't believe you can go from the head of racing from one team to another one day in the middle and it not be a problem. So there's going to have to be something in the middle there. But I think what the difficult feelings I had about it and the actual genuine devastation that has come out of this inadvertently is, for me, this is confirmation Max Verstappen is retiring.
Yeah, 100%. And I mean, we were discussing this on the podcast, on this episode earlier.
You would have just heard it.
Technically, we were talking about it on Monday. This is now Saturday.
It's weird. It's weird for us because it's been days. For you guys, it's been about 40 minutes. So, yeah, bear with us while we remember who we are.
We've worked, we've eaten, things have happened. But the fact that we were discussing it, that we have been saying that from how Max has been, from how he has been these first 3 races, from how he has talked to people, how he has presented himself in the media, or however you want to put it. Basically, he's got in the car, he's driven a race, he's got out of the car and he's gone, it's pants, I'm not enjoying it. This is not the F1 that I signed up for.
Yeah.
And everybody is now looking at it going, oh, he might actually leave.
this might actually be, I think it's a perfect storm, isn't it now?
Yeah.
And again, to provide a little bit of context, if people are sort of going, hang on, how are these two things absolutely related? Max has never had any other race engineer than GP.
Nope.
GP has predominantly had Max as his driver. All the time GP's been head of racing, Max has been his driver.
Yep.
And they have said, both of them, multiple times, completely seriously, in various different parts of media over the years, if he goes, I go.
Yeah.
Max has said, I do not want any other engineer. I do not want to work with any other engineer. And GP has said, I do not want to dedicate myself, or don't think I can dedicate myself to any other driver in the way I've done with Max.
Yeah.
So it's a completely... It is sort of a, well, if GP's gone out of Red Bull, then at the very, very least, Max has gone out of Red Bull. But I really can't see Max trying to sign with another team. I think it's this is it.
If it was a different team, like...
What, McLaren?
Other than McLaren, I think there might be a possibility. Because I would say that in 2 years' time, let's go Ferrari, for example. I can see Lewis possibly retiring in a couple of years. There may be a seat available. Max could just slip into that. It would work. Lando and Oscar, at the moment, obviously we don't know what's going to happen in the future. Anything could happen. Things can change. But Lando and Oscar are the perfect fit for McLaren. They are, and they're perfect fit for each other. Yeah. Making Max Verstappen either of their teammates, oh my god, that's hell. That's a recipe for disaster. That's a complete disaster, because they're all very, very different personalities that I don't think would ever interlock together. No, you're right. I see where you're coming from. Is that because we've got 2 years again? We should probably say that this announcement is that GP's contract ends in 2028, so it's not going to be before 2028. No. And then, obviously, as I say, there might have to be a period of cool-off period where he's not actually allowed into the team. So we've got 2 years, and we've got 2 years of these regs. And we've got also something else we should probably cover is the FIA have officially said that they are looking at these regulations to change them because they understand the feedback. We'll circle back to that. So, you know, a lot can happen in 2 years in this sport. A lot can happen in 2 months in this sport. At the moment, a lot can happen in 2 bloody weeks. 2 bloody weeks. 2 bloody weeks. A lot can happen in 2 minutes at this precise moment. Like, I'm actually at the point of slight anxiety where the next time I open Instagram, who the fuck else is announcing that they're leaving? Oh, Jesus, don't. So I've got a doctor's appointment next week, and I know I've said this already on a podcast. I'm going to walk in and they're going to go, your blood pressure's high. Yes, because I'm an F1 fan. Have you seen what's going on? Yeah. Do you understand? So 2028 is a very, very far off, distant future place. So you're right. There could be an entire grid change by that point, and there could be somewhere that Max might want to go. But if we're talking about him following GP, I completely agree. He's not going to follow GP to McLaren. No. If Mercedes had nabbed GP... Yes. Then 100% we'd be going, Max is going to Mercedes. He's going to Mercedes because we all know that Toto Wolff's absolute dream lineup is Kimi Antonelli and Max Verstappen. So if they'd... that, oh my God, I'd watch that to the ends of the earth. But I agree with you. I can't see Max in Papaya. I just can't. Not at all. So yeah, I think not to take away from what's going on with GP and for GP, because if this is the decision that he's made that is the best thing for him, then I'm so behind him. And in reality, I'm not actually massively sad that he's leaving Red Bull. I think it's the end of an era, but it's not negative news at all. No, he's not at all. He's clearly making a decision that's the next step in his career. He feels like there's progression to go to McLaren. It's a new challenge. It's a new thing.
Although I wouldn't want to work under Zach Brown, so fair play. So that's not, I don't want to take away from the fact that actually this is a really positive news. And all the Max stuff is speculation. But I so firmly believe Max doesn't come out with overly emotional stuff very often.
No.
But he's so heartfelt about GP in every aspect that I firmly believe his words of when he goes, I go, when he finishes, I finish. And I just don't see where else Max is gonna want to go when you've got GT3 coming and knocking and going, hi, we'll change our entire format of the championship if you want to come and drive with us. He said that he wants to do Le Mans. He said that he wants to do, like there's so much that actually
and I mean, I that's where I see Max going, and I think that once his contract is up, which is the end of 2027, I can see him going, right, okay, well then that's me.
Isn't
done.
it 28?
No. It's
he's 27.
He's 27.
With optional for 28.
With optional for 28.
Okay. Thank you.
So, yeah, I can honestly see him sticking it to the end of 27, then going, do you know what? I'm off. I'm going to go and try something else. I'm going to go and do something else.
Yeah.
And he will.
And he'll ace it. And he'll bring. I think we've said this. It was Monday. I can't remember. But
this is in the next podcast.
Was it in the next podcast of him taking his fan base with him?
Yeah.
What we just
the Max effect.
You either might have heard or you're going to hear us talking about the Max Verstappen effect. Oh, this is really tricky. We're going to have to... Oh, God. Again, for context, we recorded a batch of 3 podcasts in 2 sittings. So we did about 4.5 hours of recording across one evening and one morning. So I can't remember what we talked about, what we said, or the topics of conversation at all. So good luck to A, Kelly for editing that, and B, to you guys for making sense of it.
And just in case you're wondering, we're currently recording this online. So we're not actually... sat in Shannon's Shannon is sat in her
I'm
living room.
sat in my living room.
I'm currently sat in my bedroom.
Yes. And we don't know what this audio quality is going to be like. So if we sound like we're in a public toilet at the end of this podcast, apologies. So dragging it back to the point.
Yes, point.
Everything about Max is speculation. We could be completely wrong. He could re-sign with Red Bull and completely shock us, but I really don't see that happening. The GP news is fantastic, and I'm really pleased for him, and I really hope that that's going to be the challenge and the experience that he wants it to be.
And also as well, I think something that was mentioned with the GP news is that he will have the chance of becoming sort of like a co-team principal with Andrea Stella. And I'm genuinely excited to see how that's going to work.
I completely agree, because McLaren's setup is odd.
Yeah.
Zach gets involved in
when he shouldn't.
Where he shouldn't. Okay, I was going to be more tactful, but sure.
No. No,
you're right.
Zach should not be on the pit wall.
Yeah, he gets involved in a way that no other CEO does, other than Toto. But Toto owns it and runs it, so that's fine.
That's fine, yeah.
But no other CEO, like you say, is on the pit wall and is actually making strategy calls, and it's a very odd setup. And it's to the point in which you look at Andrea, bless his heart. I really like Andrea Stella.
Oh yeah, me too.
But you look at him and go, sorry, what are you doing? In a race weekend, what is your function? Because when all this papyrus shit happened last year, it felt like it was coming from Zach way more than it was coming from Andrea.
Yeah.
So that'll be really interesting. But
to be fair, last year we were playing the game of how grey has Andrea got this week.
Yes, we were. And to begin with, it was a joke. And then we watched Drive to Survive, and we binge watched it in one go, and realised that we were taking the mick, but it was true across the 2025 season. Andrea Stella went from being a tiny bit grey to fully grey.
Yeah.
Bless his heart.
Yeah.
But that topic then opens up into another interesting, it's all speculation again, but the classic F1 domino effect, which is there's a limited number of teams, a limited number of seats, a limited number of jobs.
Yeah.
If one person leaves and moves, what's the knock-on effect of that?
Yeah.
So I don't know what McLaren's current head of racing. My understanding is he's retiring because he's been in the sport for a very, very long time. He's done head of racing in various different. Wasn't he Red Bull for a while as well?
He was. Yeah.
So he's not going anywhere else. So he's not causing a domino. However, there are rumours that Andrea Stella is in talks with Ferrari about team principal roles. Like we said, 2 years is a very long time down the line.
Yeah.
I wonder if Ferrari are looking at Fred Vasseur and going, well, what have you done for us in the last 4 years, sir? Not a lot. And is trying to give him the heave-ho.
God, you were so tactful this evening.
This is the first time we've recorded with alcohol, and I think it's showing.
Yeah, I can tell.
Yeah. Give him the heave-ho. Make way for Andrea Stella to be Ferrari team principal, to make way for GP to be McLaren team principal solely. That could be a massive domino effect. Or is another team going to want Fred Vasseur? And also throwing into the mix, Audi are looking for a permanent team principal because Mattia Binotto has said, I'm not doing this permanently.
Yes, I saw that too.
So there's actually currently, technically, more team principal roles than there are team principals. That's a really interesting place to be.
Oh.
Yeah. Because he's directly said that the future plan is to look, I'm not here forever.
So, who's going to poach Bono?
No! Who's going to poach Bono and make him team principal?
Yeah.
Oh my god, Peter Bonington and Gianpaolo Lambesi as team principals, my ultimate dream. My ultimate dream. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
Wow. I think Bono would be a fantastic fit in Audi.
He would. 100%.
Other than not British-based team. But
I mean, Switzerland isn't that far off from Britain when you look at the climate.
Sure, because it's the climate I am thinking about. It's fine. Bono's a cold human being. We see him in a lot of layers.
Exactly.
But it does create an interesting speculation domino effect of like, well, who is going where and who's what, and it seems to be we're in a moment of the sport being massively unsettled.
Yeah.
And I don't know whether that's just because of the regulations or whether it's one of those. It comes around every few years that, you know, as naturally with everyone in all jobs, in all sectors, in all parts of the world, people start to want new challenges, get bored, need to retire, you know, start to shift around, and it creates these gaps. And as you say, like, there's a limited number of teams and jobs and people, so it's a little bit of a dead man's shoes concept. But we are currently in a space where there are more jobs than people now.
Yeah.
That's really interesting.
Oh, isn't this lovely?
It's great.
It's
the
fab.
dog agrees as well.
Yeah, we'll ignore the dog in the background. It's because one of my kids has closed the door, so he's obviously really upset that he can't join in on this podcast.
He wants to give his opinion on Andrea Stella, and
he really does. To be fair, he likes Andrea. He doesn't like Zach Brown.
I've noticed that. Yeah. So then, the last thing that could affect all of these dominoes is FIA have turned around and said, okay, we hear you, this isn't working, this isn't great, we're going to have some more meetings to talk about what we can do about that. And all I thought when I saw that was I would have paid very, very good money to have been a fly on that wall during that first meeting between the teams and the FIA, because you know that George Russell was there and you know Carlos Sainz was there, and I just want to have witnessed that.
Yeah, I can just Well, I can't imagine George Russell doing anything than his diva face. So for me, that's not it. But Carlos Sainz sitting there with like the sternest look on his face, and the FIA going, "So no,
Yep.
but no,
Yep.
but no."
Yep. And you
And
also know for a fact that his father would have been there because he's
Oh,
got
God,
massive
yeah.
involvement in the FIA, and he's massively involved in various driver associations with other elements. You know, he does Dakar Rally and everything like that. You know for a fact that his cousin would have been there
Yeah.
because he's his manager, and there would have just been this Sainz family anger at the
Just
FIA.
this wall of signs,
Yeah, yeah,
you know.
yeah.
But
Yeah, like I say, I would have paid good money to have witnessed that. And you know that it would have been politely forceful, but forceful nonetheless.
Yeah.
Because the FIA have actually turned around and said that they're going to take action. The FIA never take action.
Nope.
Never.
Nope.
So,
They are the literal embodiment of, let's wait and see.
yeah, they are. You're right. They are the literal embodiment of, I'm sure it'll be fine.
It'll be grand. Don't worry about
Yeah.
it. What?
People
are crashing. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, all the videos of Ollie trying to get home after the race, and he's using his suitcase as a crutch to like move himself. It's terrible. So this is very interesting. This is very interesting.
Yeah.
They've said nothing. They haven't even really said, yes, we're changing anything, because they're not going to commit themselves to anything.
No, that's very true.
But they have said, we've listened, and we're going to talk about it some more.
Yeah.
Well, okay, guys, you've got 3 weeks.
And counting.
And counting.
We are, not just me and you. When I say we are, I mean the entire F1 fandom community are waiting on bated breath to see what you do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it better be good.
It better be significant. To rectify what is going on twofold, from a safety aspect and from a this is just not good racing. It better be good. Yeah.
Right, well, that was a little extra for you. That is how dedicated we are. We are giving up our Saturday night to
Don't
record
say it
this.
like either of us were doing anything else.
I might have had a date. No, you're right. I didn't have a date. But
Tactical silence works every time.
But we are still. I mean, I've spent a few hours trying to work out how to do this online.
Yes, no, to be fair, from a dedication point of view, Kelly has sourced software, sent links, worked out. I've had voice calls on messaging going, is this working? No, it's not working. I've had 3 different emails going, use this link. No, wait, don't use this link. No, wait, hang on, use this link. So no, when it comes to dedication, there has been legwork, not from me, that's gone into sorting this out. So I thank you very much for getting us online. Honestly, watch, we were recording for 27 minutes. Watch us go off and you just go, fuck, none of that recorded.
It better bloody not, because I'm not doing this again.
No, well, I don't know what you said. Can't remember what I said. You know.
I'm sure if we were to do it again, it would just all come flowing
It'd just
back.
flow.
All flow. Right, well, thank you very much for listening. Hope you've enjoyed that little extra bit. I mean, obviously, the last 48 hours has just been mental. The amount of messages we have sent each other
I know.
about this. I mean, there have been a lot.
Speculation.
Yeah, exactly. There's been so many other messages about so many other aspects of our lives, but then it all just comes back to GP.
Yeah. Yes, I promise you we do talk about other things. But there'll be like a 5-minute lull of no messages, and one of us will go, and also,
Did you hear this?
have you seen? Have you thought about?
Oh my God, can you imagine? Yeah, no, we do talk about other things in our life. We promise you. We are not just talking F1 24 hours a day.
Ish. Maybe more like 22.
Yeah. Yeah. So thank you very much for listening. This has been Formula SideQuest, your mostly on-topic Formula 1 podcast with me, Kelly.
And me, Shannon.
And hopefully for the final time on this episode.
Yes.
Bye!
Bye!